What's up, fish tank people? Dustin's Fish Tanks bringing it to you on a Sunday, baby. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing well. In today's video, we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the babies out at Greenhouse 2.0. We finally got some fish out of Greenhouse 2.0. We also set up an aquarium. So today's video, we're going to show you some of my favorite fish and how they've been getting busy. We're also going to show you one of my favorite tanks that's been reborn, and it's Sunday. It's Species Sunday. We got all kinds of beautiful species to show you today. Alright, first of all, this video is 100% inspired by my man Ryan. He is responsible as the greenhouse manager to make sure that any and all plants leaving the property are awesome and entirely up to his high standards. He also was one of the ones that wanted to finally bring fish out to Greenhouse 2.0, and he had another great idea. He wanted to keep some kind of in-house, like our own plants to kind of show off in Greenhouse 2.0. So today's video, we're going to show you some of those as well. Today we're going to show you the old no maintenance tank and how it has been resurrected in Greenhouse 2.0. But I got to go back to Ryan for a second. I'm not a big fan of keeping fish in with the plants we do. We do massive water changes, we heavy fert, sometimes we use CO2. This is just not an ideal environment with the dramatic swings that fish generally can't handle, unlike what plants actually enjoy. However, Ryan has actually brought swimming around fish into the greenhouse, and I have totally loved it. Ryan had a massive tub of guppies. This was going into wintertime. He moved the guppies from his house to our place. And in the giant tub of guppies, he needed to put a heater, because back in October, the temps were dropping dramatically. And I said, Ryan, use any heater you want. Unfortunately, Ryan used one of the heating coils that we use, not an actual heating unit with a thermal regulator in it. My man cooked about 40 of his beloved guppies. It happens, folks. If you're trying to use heaters, I recommend you use a good one. We use the Fluval M series all over the greenhouse. It's the silver bullet, I like to call them, and I actually used to heat Greenhouse 1.0 exclusively with these heaters. They've had the least amount of stick. Let me tell you, folks, as far as equipment that you do not want to cheap out on, heaters, in my book, are the number one. You can have a filter go bad, you can do water changes, but if a heater goes bad and you cheap out on your heater and it sticks, it is going to cook all of your fish. So that is one thing you want to be very cognizant about. Like I said, we use the Fluval M series. They also make the E series with a little LED inside of it. However, we run a little bit less water flow in some of the tanks, so the M's are just a better fit for us. Regardless, he killed a bunch of fish. We've all killed fish. You've all killed fish. Let that be a lesson to you all. But we got new fish. And not only do we get new fish, we got new fish with some babies. And the struggle is real at Greenhouse 2.0, trying to keep the heat in. This is the solar pool cover. I used to use this on 1.0 back in the day. These were $500 a piece. This one is good. The more heat you can keep in, the better. We've got a nice thermal mass in there. You can feel the wind right now. We are at the top of a hill. I wish you could see me struggling to put this one on. Note, this one is on. Oh, that one's almost off right there. So I have to get up on top of this stupid greenhouse while it's not windy and not wet like it is today, and get up there and bring that sucker back on there and figure out a way to keep this secured on top. If anybody has any ideas, let me know. I was using a bunch of these clips that worked real well on this one, but once the wind gets underneath it, it just like pulls it away. So you're seeing it flapping in the wind right now. But it's Sunday, it's Species Sunday. Got to talk about some Ludwigia action, because we've got actually a Ludwigia only tank. Let's start with Ludwigia inclinata that totally needs to be trimmed. Note, this is an entirely dirt substrate down here. We've got Ludwigia inclinata growing like a weed in a glass tank in Greenhouse 2.0. Great brightish red color. Sometimes it has like a white diamond look to it. There's some sort of variation like that. I can see why. Over here we've got Ludwigia glandulosa. Look at the red on that. Oh yeah, and that was sold to me as glandulosa. I've seen glandulosa be a little bit more purple, a little bit more finer leaves, but check out the Ludwigia glandulosa here. And this right here is actually Ludwigia ovalis. It's got more oval leaves on it. And then back here, this is the Ludwigia overgrown by the inclinata. This is the Ludwigia triple red. You can also see the clip here of how we grow Ludwigia triple red in our own greenhouse tanks, but this is a grown out version of it. As far as like red and color, this plant cannot be beat. Just look at the contrast on that, and it's hardy, so it's like both hardy and red, a nice combination. And over here in the corner we've got Ludwigia arcuata, this little fine leafed one. Not a beginner plant at all, not easy to keep, but the fine leaves on this plant, oh my goodness. We actually grow it in-house under a metal halide. I absolutely love the narrow little leaves over here. And then last but certainly not least, we have a Ludwigia pantanal, which is kind of struggling because we just got it in, but a super fun one as well. So I want to talk about the loaches that we brought out to Greenhouse 2.0. First and foremost, bringing fish into a greenhouse where you do big water changes, bring a lot of plants in, sometimes add CO2 is not the ideal conditions that fish generally want. However, I got to give a shout out to Ryan for bringing in his almost 8-inch long weather loaches out here to Greenhouse 2.0. He's had these fish for almost a year and they are absolutely fabulous and have rekindled my love for these awesome personality, huge and hardy fish. So he has these two fish out in Greenhouse 2.0. and he keeps them in this 40 breeder right here, loaded full of kabamba. The temperatures in this tank stay right around 70 degrees, which in my opinion is perfect for these fish. Ryan bringing the weather loaches caused me to want to bring out the old school player to new school fool Golden Dojo Loaches. You can click the links around here and check out the old school videos I did talking about the wonderful, a massive personality Golden Dojo Loaches. So right around Christmas time, we decided to treat ourselves a little bit of a Christmas present, and we went to the local shop around here. We went to Animal House Pets and picked up a bunch of Golden Dojo Loaches. Why Golden Dojo Loaches? It's simple. Golden Dojo Loaches can actually be seen at the bottom of a black rubber liner basin. So we put the Golden Dojo Loaches in there and immediately they all hide. Then all of a sudden they start to come out and they start to party. So come Christmas break, we've got Golden Dojo Loaches and we've got monster weather loaches in Greenhouse 2.0. Well, what does Ryan want to do over Christmas break? We're chilling. He decides to set up a species-only aquarium in Greenhouse 2.0. Why didn't I have the idea? Because I'm the boss and he's the creative plant person. So he decides to set up a 55-gallon aquarium. And during the time he sets that up, he moves some of the plants that were in with the weather loaches into the 55, formerly known as the no maintenance tank, now living in Greenhouse 2.0. Makes me want to set up a fish tank again tank in 2.0, the Ludwigia and Crypt species tank. And Ryan hits me up the other day and he goes, "You're not going to believe this." And I go, "What?" And I'm thinking he's going to hit me with a problem. He goes, "Dude, we got some baby loaches."